Hello guys, my name is Lone Barrel and welcome to my new video series which I like to call Plus Rep from Bottom to Knife. And the reason why I say like that is because I'm not actually sure if I will get a knife or not, but that is my overall goal, and to prove people that this is possible, betting from a really small price to a really high price such as a knife. Now if I get any starter knife such as a gut knife, I will be happy, but that is my overall goal right now, and that's what I'm going to be doing from the start of this series. And a little disclaimer before I begin with the series: I did not fund my wallet at any point of prior to this, and I don't plan to fund it anymore to buy any guns. Maybe I will get to the higher trades and start adding on keys, but not at the moment. So I started off from scratch by betting on really small bets on CSGO Lounge, and then made enough money to buy my starter weapon, which you will see in a bit. And without further ado, let's begin with the video. Hello guys, so welcome to episode 1, and unfortunately this episode did not actually have me doing any sort of trades, but it will be showing you how I acquired those trades and where I started off with. I really want to show you this website. It's called CSGOlounge.com. I'm sure many of you heard of it, but if you haven't, I really recommend you check it out. This is a website where you can bet on professional teams and also look for trades that are similar to your guns, or if you want to do some sort of trading, you can always post your guns over here and people will reply, and you can just do trades like this. So what I want to show you here is the gun that I started off with before I started any of this. After I've been playing a lot, I've made enough money with cases and other drops, and what I did was I sold it and bought a field-tested USPS Guardian, and immediately I bet that on Epsilon versus iBuyPower, but unfortunately this game was closed, so I did not receive anything. My next match was Fnatic versus Mouse. I bet on Fnatic, and as you can see I won. Starter 4-cent camos, not too big, so it's pretty shitty. Moving on, this is where I made quite a bit considering I've only bet this much. And then what I did was I received this M41S Boreal Forest and a Blue Titanium Galil AR, which are obviously the more expensive ones from what I won. Moving on, I've bet this gun, which I bought from other drops, and I bought this and I did a sort of a YOLO bet on ducks, but unfortunately I did not win, so I'm kind of sad about that, but who cares, I'm here and this is passed. My next win, bet on Xertus, pretty safe bet all my good stuff, won, but unfortunately I did not receive anything. Many people reported that, but what can you do? CSGO Lounge has its glitches, and unfortunately it happened to me. So next one, I did a YOLO bet on Area 51, put all my crappy items pretty much, got rid of those. Not too sad, but then as you can see I got a 4-game winning streak. This one I bet on Titan, won a Mac 10 Curse and a Minimal Wear Negev Bratatat. This is obviously the more expensive one out of the bunch, so I'm happy. So now I have 4 guns that I can use to get pretty good bets with. As you can see, I bet a safe bet on Xertus, won a Blue Spruce Minimal Wear, which I believe I sold afterwards. I didn't use it to bet. And here, as you can see, I bet on Xertus again, got also a field-tested Guardian and a Factory New Sand Dune. So as you can see, I'm rolling in cash right now, not really, but still, it's pretty good value since I've built up a lot of shitty camos so far. So next, I did a Fnatic YOLO bet because Fnatic had I think they had like a 30% bet ratio. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to bet light because I had a gut feeling Fnatic would win against Dignitas. Unfortunately, my friend did tell me to go all out, but I didn't listen to him. I went with a YOLO bet, and as you can see, I could have gotten, instead of a $2 value, I got about 50-cent value, 60-cent value. But I'm not mad because after selling all those items, I received about $4.28, and then what I did later on is about maybe a few days prior to me selling everything, I gave one of my USPS Guardians to my friend, which I will get back to later. So, but right now, after selling everything, I had I had built up about $4.30, 28 cents, something like that, of items. But unfortunately, the gun I was aiming for was a red laminate, and it was about a field tested condition. And unfortunately, it cost about maybe 450, 460. I didn't have enough money. So I came to my friend, the one that I gave to my USPS, and I asked him for all his crappy camos, and he gave me a case. I think it was a Winter Offensive case. So I sold everything, got myself 446, and managed to add the guy who was selling it for lowest. And then what I did was I gave him, well, I just got a friend request. So then what I did was I added him. I managed to get him to lower price down to $4.46, and I bought my very first starter weapon, which was the field tested red laminate. So as you can see, my red laminate is about $5 right now, but it used to be $4.46. So I bought that for $4.46, and pretty much as soon as I bought the gun, the value started to go down because I guess people started waking up and started to sell the gun. So the value went down quite a bit. It went actually down to almost $4, and I was pretty bummed out about that. But I didn't really mind because I always had that USPS Guardian that my friend had to fall back on, and that's exactly what it did, because I started aiming for my it's for the Desert Eagle Conspiracy, the minimal wear version, which was 548 at that time. I think it was around 535, 530, 525, something like that. And I basically went going off of my my guns. I had a combined value with my USPS Guardian, of course, of about $5.25, which was sort of okay at the time. Because this gun was reasonably, like, maybe 20 cents cheaper, something like that. So I quickly tried, added the guy who was selling it for the cheapest. I talked to him, and obviously, many of them declined, but I managed to get my first trade, which I will show you right now. So here's my trade history. What I did was I actually got this Desert Eagle Minimal Wear Conspiracy. I didn't make that much money, but I did get rid of 2 of my guns, and I got a higher item, which I felt like it was gonna go a lot easier. And as you can see with my next trade, it really paid off. About 2 hours later, I was really aiming for the skies here. I want to go for the op red line, and unfortunately nobody replied to me on CSGO Lounge, so I had to do it by myself, going through the market. And I found this guy. I forgot what he was selling it for, but he was selling it, his op red line, reasonably cheaper than everyone else. So I added him, I talked to him, and got super lucky because this guy is such a nice guy. What he did was, I was asking for his op red line with my Desert Eagle Conspiracy. First he wasn't really into it, but then he said, I just unboxed a Karambit, so I don't really care about this. I don't really care that much, YOLO, and let's do the trade. So I went from about 535 to, I believe it was like around 625, so almost $1. I think 620, 610, something like that. Almost $1 value right there. With my next bet, I made a reasonable bet for the M41S Guardian. I think this was around $7 at the time, so I went up about 40-50 cents. So there we go. So we put it up right there, going up, still going up. Went back to the red laminate, got the minimal wear version, which at this point is pretty funny because what happened was as soon as I bought this gun, this was around maybe like 760, 750, something like that, 730 even, and next morning it was 830. So, but I don't really care. That didn't stop me there, so I kept on going. I posted a trade on CSGO Lounge to get the field tested Orion, because I really like the Orion. It's a nice gun. It's a really attractive gun. So I really wanted to get this gun, and it was almost within my price range. This is going for $7 a lot. It was hitting 8 actually, I think. So I went for this gun. Got it. Some guy actually added me, and he said I want my red laminate back because he lost it in a bet. So we did a trade. He got his red lam back. I got my Orion. We're all happy. Next, I did a trade, another trade for the minimal wear X-ray. This I think boosted me up to, I believe, maybe like another 40-50 cents. So there you go. I did this trade. It was actually one of my better trades because this was literally what, like 20 minutes apart, and it was like nothing. Like there was such a quick trade too. Like the guy is such a good trader. He was Russian. Fortunately, I speak Russian as well, so I was able to negotiate him. And if you're wondering what the hell up top there is, why is there so many gut knife stains and stuff? Here's where unfortunately I got scammed. One of my friend, he was trading with the guy, and the guy wanted his gut knife stained, and what he was promising my friend was a field tested case hardened stat track. And so the guy tells my friend to give the knife to a friend that you trust. So he gave me the knife at the time, and he's just like, hold on to it. I need to make sure the guy needs to make sure I don't trade it away or whatever. So the guy adds me. He tells me, yo, you know, like you have Mofi's knife and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I do, whatever. I'm like, don't worry, he won't trade it away. And then out of the blue, I wasn't even looking. I was just like browsing the web or whatever. I get a pop-up, trade pop-up for the gut knife stain. It was just like from Mofi, same profile picture, same name and everything, but instead it had a dot. I'm sure many of you know about this bet. I'm just telling you about it so you guys don't get caught on it. So the trade pops up, and I don't know why I did it, but I was talking to my friend. I was talking to Mofi on Skype at the time. So what I did, I was like, yo, why do you want your knife back? And he didn't really reply, and I just kind of did automatically, put in my knife, you know, accept, whatever, traded. Then about 5 minutes later, Martin starts telling me that, you know, that I have the knife or whatever, and I'm like, no I don't. And he's like, yes you do, you have my knife. And I'm like, dude, check your inventory. He's just like, checks his inventory, is nothing there, checks my inventory, nothing there. At this point, I realized that the guy he was talking to scammed us hard, and I was pretty much not even aware of that. I figured out what was wrong until after I found out that Martin doesn't actually, or Mofi doesn't actually have the knife. So I don't know, that really sucked because I had to go to work literally half an hour after I got scammed. So I had to quickly buy another knife for him, gave it back to him. I mean, it's not really my fault. I mean, he shouldn't have pulled me into his trades, but that's just how it happened. And if I owe someone, I mean, if it's my fault that something went missing, I wanna be the one fixing it. So I bought him the knife. As you can see, I gave it to him. This motherfucker. If you guys can do me a favor, and I'll post the name of Yawa, this guy, in the description, his profile. If you guys can just report him for scamming, that'd be great. But if you know, then whatever. Moving on to my trades. I traded my M4A1 X-Ray for an M4A1S Nitro. This was a minimal condition, that was a minimal condition. They were about the same price, but I did unfortunately get a better price for this because I believe the Nitro is a bit more expensive at the moment. So I did get a better value. The guy was a super nice guy. He's like, he even pointed out that I got a better value. But I mean, you know, keep moving forward. I traded for a factory new Desert Eagle Conspiracy. As you can see, I went from a field tested red laminate, and then then I got another minimal wear red laminate. Now I also got a minimal wear Desert Eagle Conspiracy. Now I have a factory new Desert Eagle Conspiracy. So I'm just like going up in value and price, and it's just awesome. I was looking at this gun for a very long time, the Emerald Pinstripe minimal wear condition. At the time when I was trading it, it was going for about, you know, 780, 770, something like that. And this is where I really wanted to get the gun. Back when I had the Nitro, I was looking at the Cortacera, and it was obviously significantly more expensive than the Nitro. So I added the guy, and I'm like, yo, dude, you want to trade? Because he was trading his Cortacera for $766. I remember this vividly. It was a $766 dollar item that he was selling, which was a lot more expensive because he was just lowballing. And so I asked him, I'm like, yo, dude, do you want to trade or whatever? He's like, no, he doesn't want to do it. He's not interested. Unfriends me. I kept on trading. Got this Emerald pinstripe. Looked back at the Cortacera. My pinstripe costs $789. His Cortacera costs $766 because that's what he was selling it for. So what I did was I messaged him back. I'm like, yo dude, are you still not interested? I have an emerald pinstripe now. And he's just like, well, blah 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 blah, I'm considering it because you know, I'm like, and then I pointed out that you're selling it for 766, my gun costs 780, 789, 7 something like that. He considers it, waits 3 minutes, and accepts the trade. Now I have an item that's pretty much worth about $8.40. This is another turning point for me because right now I just went up 50 cents in value. It's freaking awesome. This I believe happened today. This was last I think this was last night. This was today at 12:30. I was looking for the P90 Asimov battle scarred. It had about a value of like I want to say like 8.23. I think now it might be having a value of like $10 or whatever. And this is one of my recent trades, so I'll show you later what I got from this. So the P90 Asimov, the battle scarred edition or version, dry throat. So the P90 battle scarred, it costs around $10. About $10 because two guys were lowballing at 9.23 at the time when I was trading it. So I got this gun. You know, I was looking for trades. Unfortunately, like nothing really in between in my price range. I was still like, you know, I was trying to get a minimal wear. As op redline, I was looking at the black laminate. I was looking at op boom. Lots of items, but nothing I could find. So what I did was I just took a little break, played a competitive match, came back, and what do you know, the P90 Asimov went up in price because the two low ballers have left. I think the two low ballers were selling for like 864, which is not worth this. But now I still have two low ballers that's selling for 923, and I needed to get rid of them, but I obviously can't. So I have to wait a bit. But I realized that the game that I played, I got a drop by Phoenix case, which cost 35 cents, and which I could use to my advantage to get something that is worth, you know, around 40 cents above my item. And considering that the P90 Asimov costs I think it was $9.98 or something like that. One guy was selling it after the low ballers. I could easily add on my case to that and get an item such as the black laminate, which at the moment on today's on this market goes for, I will actually show you. I'll show you my inventory. There it is, the battle scarred AK-47 black laminate. I will show you what it goes for because this is my current weapon and I cannot be any happier because this is what I want to trade with. This is what I want to keep going with. This is what I'm going to be using to advance further in my in this series in the game. So at the moment this is what I have. This is what I'm going to be working with. I will be posting, I'll be try posting it every day. I mean, I have work and not all the time I can, you know, come out and record videos. But right now, since the summer, I don't know how long this will go on for, but at the moment it's the summer, I'm having fun. I can, you know, I have more time on my hands. When school starts, I might still be going. So, but at that time, I'll probably be putting out videos a bit later. Maybe even stop. But at the moment, there's a question mark after knife because I don't know when this series will end. So thank you guys for watching. This has been episode 1. This is pretty much just the background of my trading in about 3 days, I believe that was. So as you guys can see, everything is possible. I never bought an item with my own money on here. All items that I ever bought or sold were bought using the sold items or the money that I acquired through cases, through drops or whatever like that. So as you can see, I'm up to $10.40 value, all from nothing, from betting, from trading, from negotiating. And that's why the community market is an awesome place, because they're really nice people out here, and they will be, you know, they'll keep coming. There's a lot more good in the world than bad. If you encounter a scammer, you know, just use your brain, think. And don't do stupid bets. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So yeah, favorite, please like the video, please subscribe if you want to see more of this series. I'm really excited to keep going and to see where this series will end up. But at the moment, I have to sign out, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.